citizens of 21st century. And then as we close with a thrilling element about someone whom we share, SRK. And we also close with a promise that he is not the only element that binds us together. In day two, we are going to see many more such elements that keeps us together. And we are not going to disappoint you. We are going to look into many more things that, promises our bond. But there's one more thing one more skill rather that we need as global citizens today is questioning, because it is the kind of questions we here believe that it is the kind of questions that we ask that determines the level of learning, that determines the quality of learning. So yes, there are going to be a lot of questions, but through games. And like last time, I know that you will participate in huge numbers, so keep the answers coming whenever we ask for it. And now to open with, let me throw a question at you. When do we know that something is becoming increasingly popular or something is gaining a lot of fame? What happens when we know that something is becoming famous? For example, I know that something is really famous when people make documentaries on it. That is when I know, oh wow, that thing is really gathering a lot of attention. So what happens when we know that something is becoming very famous? Can I have some responses in the chat box? Just one word response. I'm just going to lead you in. I think that one answer that I gave you, that when people make documentaries on a thing, on an idea, or on a place, when people write poems about a person, that is when you know that that person is really loved and admired. Also, one thing that doesn't know any boundaries, that shatters all the boundaries. What is that one thing? You all would know that, I'm sure. Yes, my friend is messaging me separately. She says songs. Oh yes, when songs are written on a place or on some person, we know that that person is really getting famous. So to begin with, let me welcome you with a song of Mumbai. So are we ready to listen? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat box.
जल्दी हमको देना चाहिए।
स्पीड में भीड़ में होती है सुबह, देर से ही सही चल रहा ये जहां। कोई कल के पीछे बेचारा पड़ा, कोई एसी की कार से सिकंदर चला। कभी मेरी गली से गुजर के तो आ, थोड़ी हटके थोड़ी बच के, ये मुंबई मेरी जान।
बहुत बांद्रा जाएगा, अंधेरी, बोरीवली, मराठ, कहीं तो जाएगा।
सदियों से मिलता रहा है तेरा सहारा, दुनिया की इस भीड़ में डूबती हुई जिंदगी की कश्ती को मिल गया है तेरा किनारा। ये हवा, ये फिजा और समंदर भरा, हाथ को थाम कर हम सफर है खड़ा। क्या सुने कुछ गिला ना रहा, हर लहर पर तेरे वक्त थमसा गया। इन लहरों की बातों को सुन के तो आ, थोड़ी हटके थोड़ी बचके, ये है मुंबई मेरी जान।
Smashes it.
मेरी गली से गुजर के तो आ।
So welcome everybody to day 2, and with this we have opened the forum, and we are going to have a lot of games, and I expect a lot of participations. But last time we briefly spoke about Bollywood. You know, when people look at Indians, or especially Mumbaikars, so they say that Mumbaikars, they are very animated, very dramatic. But do we ever go beyond do we ever try to know the reasons that why a particular segment of people are like that? So I think Bollywood is quite responsible for why we are what we are. So we are going to play a small video for you, post which we are going to play some games for which I need heavy participation from you. Bring out the actors from within. Parvez, you're also invited, since I know that you are a big Bollywood buff. So here, let me play a video for you which talks about the history of Bollywood and how it is very important for our being. Why is it very important in our being, in our existence as Mumbaikars?
लो आया 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 मैं हूँ मूवी मदारी, लाया चलती फिरती तस्वीरों की क्यारी। हर कहानी एक कहानी नई सी प्यारी, हर किस्सा है सिनेमा के जादू का।
Bollywood. Owing to the immense business opportunities available in Mumbai and relatively high standards of living, it has attracted migrants from all over the world, making the city a potpourri of various communities and cultures. Within Mumbai is located Bollywood, the epicenter of country's film and television industry, producing the highest number of films annually. This sector does not only add up to the country's economic growth or helps in stabilizing the financial structure, but also supports 18.8 lakh jobs annually, from actors, directors, makeup artists, backup dancers, choreographers, assistants of every sort from small to big, this industry is thriving with opportunities. The actors, more they succeed, the more they pay taxes, which indirectly adds to the growth of Indian economy. Also, they understand their social responsibilities and indulge in philanthropic work like adopting NGOs, funding of a cause, supporting people when they should, and play an important role as influencers.
So I'll come and say hello to you personally. How are you?
हम बहुत बड़े फैन हैं आपके।
बहुत नर्वस लग रहा है, नर्वस फील हो रहा है?
बहुत।
अरे बिल्कुल नहीं।
Man, they are happy to see you.
सबको पास मैं सुन के कि मैं डिसेबल हो गई हूँ, डिसेबल हो गई, कितने मैं प्रूव करूँ कि मैं डिसेबल नहीं हूँ, कितने प्रूव करूँ?
शुरू करें। मैं आज शाम को ना डॉक्टर से बात करूँगा, फिर मैं इनसे टच में रहूँगा।
ठीक है।
हम कोशिश करेंगे we should get the best people to work on it. ऐसा बड़ा ड्रीम देखो ना तो हो जाता है। देखेंगे बड़ा।
It's just heartbreaking to see what war can do, but to see these kids wanting and needing and asking for education and doing as much as they can to educate other kids in their communities. Everyone out there has seen the millions of photos that we've all seen on the internet and on the news, but what we don't see and what we don't remember most of the time is these kids are still here, and they're alive, their hopes and dreams are alive, their desires and ambitions are alive, and all they want is to make sure that they can study so that they have a future. And it's on us as the world to be able to provide that for them.
Although we see some amazing locations in Bollywood films which are shot outdoors, but these are some hubs where all the magic happens, the studios of Mumbai. Bollywood is responsible for introducing styles, shattering stereotypes, and bringing a change in the outlook. It wouldn't be wrong if we say that Bollywood has helped us evolve as a society. For some, it's about the numbers at the box office and boils down to how much did the film make. But for most of them, it's about the little ways in which they can use their craft to give back to the society. And to give back, they come a long way from different states to Mumbai, because this city gives the courage to dream.
I think for the first generation migrants in the late 60s and 70s, a lot of it had to do with the nostalgia factor. And parents, if you have families where the parents are constantly viewing these sort of films all the time, then the girls, or okay, let's say the children here, they grow up with these icons. They grow up with this whole romanticizing and the glamour aspects of what they call Bollywood cinema. And that could in many ways be the motivation to aspire to be a star in the Bombay film industry.
You see a newcomer walk on into your office, or you meet a newcomer in some party or some, you see that there is a fragrance, that is, that you know, what is charisma? You can never really define it. What is it? There's a perfume that emanates. You have this, the chemistry, which sends signals to you that here is that individual who has the possibilities of becoming a star.
Unfortunately, I was rejected in the preliminaries and came back very saddened and frustrated. Gave up my job, just landed up in Bombay with my driving license, determined to become an actor. Well, I thought if I didn't become an actor, that I'd be a taxi driver at least. And just went from door to door, really, with my photographs and my credentials.
Yeah, it is a great help, like I said. I mean, like launching and somebody connected with the industry, your father, your uncle or something, helps you a lot. But I mean, eventually then you have to stand on your own. It's that one film, then after that, you're alone. You have to prove yourself.
That working in the industry, everybody's always on about this thing called luck, luck, luck. It's not how talented you are, it's not how you portray yourself, it's being in the right place, doing the right thing and being spotted by the right person. And the reason why I can say, in a way, bad luck is because I've had to pull myself away from my life and come and do something which is totally alien to myself. So this is like a dream come true, it's just, I got picked out and thrown into the film industry, so I did not have to struggle.
Merseysider Vijay Kumar has struggled to get just a minor role.
Just over 10 years, it started all watching a film in the theatre, where I felt that all these people sitting in the theatre watching the big screen, the people on the big screen, why can't I be on the big screen? So that's where it started, and I said, let's go to Bombay and try my luck in films.
If you have it in you, if you have the hunger in you, if you have the thirst in you, you would make it.
Our bond with Malaysia, when it comes to Bollywood, goes back a long way. Of course, we have had many of our hit films shot in Malaysia, but nothing could match the warmth that we received and the grandeur of the IFA Awards when it was held in Malaysia.
Hi Film Awards TV, I'm Yvonne and we are here at IFA Weekend Malaysia 2015.
Wonderful, fantastic, time. I'm enjoying it. I'm being very happy. I'm very happy being here.
My name is Lee Yvonne. I am Miss World Malaysia 2012. I'm currently at the green carpet of IFA Malaysia 2015.
For my fans, lots of love and thank you so much for hosting us so beautifully and looking forward to coming back again very, very
So this is it guys, the end of IFA Malaysia 2015. It's such an amazing show to show to the world the wealth of talent in Indian cinema. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Keep watching.
Today, apart from our scientists, our program engineers, our developers who are making us proud on the international platform, it is our actors from Bollywood who have made India stand out on the world map with their amazing work, powerful thoughts and strong opinions.
That men have to change their attitude towards women. Specifically in this acid attack in India, 85% of the people are women. So I kind of take it that it's an act which is against women. And it is again, whenever she tries to assert her right, we have enough men in the world to try and take that away from them. So as a society, I think we need to educate men.
You're an enormous star in India. You've done 50 films over there. You probably can't walk down the street in India, right?
But yeah, I mean, it is difficult because Indian movie stars are really, really loved, and Indian movies also have a diaspora around the world.
Yeah.
So even in America, I mean, we have so many fans of Indian movies.
Her choice of roles has redefined the stereotypical Indian film heroine. You're known for being very honest and very outspoken to the media. You're a great role model for the modern, independent Indian woman who goes against the traditional norms. How important is that for you?
Well, honestly, I really don't know how to be any other way. I mean, I find a lot of pride in being who I am, and they saw me as this village woman who had a weird accent and weirder appearance, I guess. But I didn't see myself like that. I thought of myself a lot more than just I am a lot more than my appearance or my age or my color or my hair, and that is how I saw myself, and it'll never change. And why would I want to hide that? I let that be there. You know, for people, sometimes they find it too much, sometimes they like it. I mean, that's just the way I am.
Through global platforms, Bachchan has done it all.
We are a nation that are very proud of our women. We have a huge cultural backlog, and we are fast changing that. Why should the woman, the wife, walk 10 steps behind the husband? There are many reasons why we need to change all that. 50% of the strength of a nation should be women, and they need their dignity, their presence, and their honor in our society. And that's what we need to work for.
Some of our films, starring the actors residing in Mumbai, made its way to the prestigious Oscar nominations. Our actors make heads turn at the Met Gala red carpet. And when any Indian visits any foreign country, Bollywood always finds a common ground for us to connect.
Have you guys heard the word Bollywood?
Bollywood, yeah.
Yep.
I guess from India, like dancing, singing, like movies. Yeah, that's what I know of Bollywood.
I thought it was kind of the equivalent to Hollywood, except, yeah, like an Indian. I don't know if it's a specific place, like an area where the movies come from, or if it's a specific style of movies. But as far as I thought it was the equivalent to Hollywood.
She's like, oh yeah, like I like this Bollywood star or something. It was like the Hollywood of like India, right?
Have you guys seen a Bollywood movie ever?
No. I have, but I don't remember the names. I found them really nice. They're all very musical.
And I remember like they were talking about how like one Bollywood move was always like
yeah.
For us, it is not just Bollywood. It is a part of who we are.
हर कहानी एक कहानी नई सी प्यारी हर किस्सा है सिनेमा के जादू का
So yes, that was Bollywood for you, and as said towards the end of the video, that Bollywood is so special for us because wherever we go in the world, you know, any foreign country, we always happen to find that common ground because of Bollywood. People know Bollywood music, people know Bollywood stars like Priyanka Chopra, like Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan. So it really gives us a starting point to start a conversation on a native land, you know. So yes, that is why it is special. And now we are going to do something extra special for you, wherein I'll be showing you some iconic dialogues of Bollywood. And of course, with the English translation of the same, what you have to do is you have to try to say those dialogues in your own language. So we also get a chance to learn your language. All right. So here we go. And once again, I request the children, please do not doodle on the screen. Hello. Okay, so we are going to play a small game now, wherein you are supposed to, it is called the dialogue box, wherein you're supposed to say the dialogues in your own language. We have given the English translation of our iconic language.
I would request everybody to please mute your mics, please. Thank you. Please go ahead, Ranju.
Okay. Okay. So here we go. This is called as the dialogue box. Let us see the first dialogue here. Okay, so this says, "Zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi." Life should be large, not long. So Parvez, whom would you like to unmute and whom would you like to try? Annie, would you like to be the first one to go for this? Life should be large, not long. Would you like to give it a try to teach us this dialogue in your language? Please unmute yourself and say this dialogue first. Others, please mute yourself.
Okay. Did you ask me a question about translating this, is it?
Yes, in your language. So the dialogue is, life should be large, not long. How do you say that in Malaysian?
In Malay. Okay. Hi, any native Malay speaking volunteer would like to try? How about you, Mus? How is that said in Malay? Mustaqim.
Yeah. So I don't know Malaysian language, but yes, you can give it a try.
Oh, this is quite challenging in Malay. Let me see.
Okay. So can you repeat it in Hindi? Okay. Zindagi badi honi chahiye. Can you repeat after me? Zindagi.
Zindagi.
Badi honi chahiye.
Badi honi chahiye.
Very good. Lambi nahi.
Lambi nahi. How is that?
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. I tried. I tried to sound like you. Thank you.
We can go to the next slide.
Can I try?
Okay. Now this is हम जहाँ खड़े होते हैं. The translation of this iconic dialogue, हम जहाँ खड़े होते हैं, line वहीं से शुरू हो जाती है, is the line begins from where I stand. Now, anybody from Malaysia who would like to say this line in their language? The line begins from where I stand. The cue begins. Anybody who would like to try it? Or in Hindi? This is just the way it is written.
Come on, Malaysia volunteers. Give it a
Yeah,
shot.
somebody from Malaysia, Joshua, wants to try.
Good. Okay. Joshua.
Joshua. Oh, lovely. Please unmute yourself and speak. Parveez, can you please unmute Joshua? Hello, welcome. Yes. You begin from. Sorry? You're on mute again. Others, please mute yourselves. There's some music coming. Yes.
The line begins from.
Can I try? Okay, Zarit.
Yes, please try.
Can I try? Yes, yes.
The line begins from where you stand. Kaiwisan bermula dari tempat anda berdiri.
Woo! Lovely. It will take quite a long time for us to learn that language, but it sounded very sweet.
Teacher?
Okay, now we have the third dialogue. Oh, this one, Parveez, I would love you to try because I know that you're a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan. So try to imitate his voice. बड़े बड़े देशों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है. Come on.
Sure.
Surprise all our fellow partners from Malaysia.
Sure, I'll try. Okay.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, yeah. ऐसे बड़े बड़े देशों में छोटी छोटी बातें होती ही रहती हैं. Senorita.
Oh, wow. Let us all cheer for Parveez. Lovely.
That was really cool, Parveez.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes. Oh. Then we have love that fears is not love at all. मोहब्बत जो डरती है वो मोहब्बत नहीं होती. Love that fears is not love at all. That is a dialogue from one of the iconic films of Bollywood, Mughal-e-Azam. So who would like to give it a try? You can also say it in Hindi, just the way it is written. Or we would love you to say it and speak it in your own language. Yes, anybody?
I would like to try.
Yes, please do, please do. Go ahead.
Yes, we need a volunteer from Malaysia.
Joshua is speaking.
Again.
Suka ketakutan, cinta sama sekali.
Okay, well done, well done. And
Okay, that's a Malay. I think Anju wants someone to try in Hindi, right?
Hindi, Malaysian is also okay. You know, I will not understand
Okay,
it, but yes,
okay.
I'm sure that all his friends on the forum will. And
All
the
right.
last one is Mogambo Khush Hua.
Ma'am, me Marathi
This
सांगू?
I want someone from Malaysia to speak the way it is. Mogambo Khush Hua. So you can have that menacing experience expression on your face. Mogambo
Not Marathi.
झालं.
Marathi.
Malaysian or in Hindi?
मराठी मोगॅम्बो आनंदी झाला.
But someone from Malaysia who would like to try this dialogue in Hindi just the way it is. Mogambo Khush Hua. Who would like to try it? Come on, this is the last one.
Lee, come forward.
Anybody, come on.
Malaysians so shy today.
Where is Lee? Where is Lee?
Yeah, Miss
Lee,
Lee, Cikgu Lee.
Suzy, Zara.
Do we have Sushi with us? Would Sushi would like to try once?
Lee was here. Lee must try. Lee was here and Lee has seen a lot of things.
I would like to try. I would like to try.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Mogambo kuch hua hai?
Suzy.
That was cute.
Mogambo
Very
kuch
cute.
hua?
हाँ जी हो गया
हो गया हो गया
हो गया कुछ
हो गया. Yes, done. Mogambo is happy indeed. And with this we end this, where we want to say that picture abhi baki hai mere dost. There is more to come your way on day 2. And here we'll be moving to the third segment for the day, where we're talking about festivals. Every country has their festivals. You know, we have like you have Eid, you have Diwali, just like us. But apart from that, what I believe that you also have something called as a World Music Festival and something like a Dragon Boat Festival. So these are not festivals related to any cultural traditions, but what I believe that the intention of these festivals is to bring people closer. Similarly, even Bombay, although India has its own festivals, but even Bombay as a city has a lot of festivals to offer. So let us show you that which would be the best month to visit us if you want to be a part of these festivals. So we have our festivals, you know, we have got Ganesh Chaturthi, we have got Eid, Holi. But what are the festivals of Mumbai? Let us get a glimpse of that. Okay, so as you said, what are festivals? So festivals are there with an aim of bringing people closer, bringing people together. So every country has its festival, but there will be rarely any cities which has its own festivals. So here we have Kala Ghoda. Kala Ghoda is a festival, it's an art festival. There you will have a huge range of music, of drama, of artifacts, and everything. It brings out the spirit of Mumbai. This usually happens in February. So if you want, you can visit us somewhere in February so that we can show you around. It's a week-long festival, and you will really enjoy it. So that is called as the Kala Ghoda Art Festival. And if you remember, we came across this word Kala Ghoda Art Festival when we were doing the game on Mumbai locals. So this is where we came across this Kala Ghoda Art Festival. So this is how it looks somewhat. There are huge installations. Every year they go with a theme. Yes, there are stalls. Then we have the Versova Seafood Festival. Since we are located at the coastal area, we love seafood, and actually there is this festival which is organized by the Koli community of Mumbai, and they bring some amazing dishes to the table. So that is called the Versova Seafood Festival. Versova is the place where it happens. So this again happens in mid-January. So it will be very good if you visit us somewhere in mid-January. So yes, this is all what you might get to taste if you're a part of Versova Seafood Festival. Then we have the Elephanta Cave Festival. Now this is very interesting. This started in 1989 and this again takes place in mid-February. So I think the first quarter of Mumbai festivals is very vibrant. And you take a jetty, that is a boat from Gateway of India, which takes you to Elephanta Cave. And then there is a lot of musical performances, dance performances, taking you through the culture of India. So this is the Elephanta Cave Festival. And these are some pictures of Elephanta Cave. So if you can see, this is how to reach Elephanta Cave. Just a route given. Then we have the Bandra Fair Festival. Now this is again happens somewhere in the month of September. Many people, many tourists are attracted. The crowd is huge, and the spirit is so people are so happy and together over here because there are rides, there are Christian cuisines that you get here, and of course you get to visit the Mount Mary Church. It is just amazing. So yes, if you want to be a part of the Bandra Fair, make it sure that you are with us somewhere in September. Yes, this is how it looks like. A lot of beautiful candles that people sell during this time. Then we've got a Mahin Fair Festival here, and again we have got some Muslim cuisines that like malpuas, like shira. It's amazing, you can drool over everything, and this happens in December. And yes, this is how it looks. Amazing cuisines. Yes, and then we have the Flamingo Festival. So, last time we were talking about Bombay being a
please go on mute.
jungle, as some feel that, Bombay is a concrete jungle, but actually it's not. In the month of April, some beautiful pink flamingos, they migrate over here, and then we have a organization, Bombay Natural History Society. They actually conduct treks to this area wherein all the flamingos fly down. So this is a magnificent sight, and if you really want to witness this sight, make it sure that you are here with us in Mumbai in April. So yes, this is somewhat what it looks like. All the tourists, they come together. It attracts a lot of photographers. Then we have India's biggest sporting platform. This is the marathon. It happens every year, and every year they run for a cause. So we have the Standard Chartered Marathon. We have got business tycoons running over here. We have got celebrities. We've got normal people, sports people. So this is something that actually around the entire city, they look forward to this event. But it doesn't stop here. apart from the festivals of Mumbai, what is equally amazing are the college festivals. And these college festivals, they don't happen on a small scale. These college festivals from various colleges of Mumbai happens on a big scale, wherein there are judges coming from all fraternities, all faculties. And here is where the children, the kids of Mumbai get an exposure, get a platform to just exhibit and show their talents. So these are some amazing festivals that some of the reputed colleges of Mumbai have. So we have Kshitij, we have got Mood Indigo, we have got Kaleidoscope. So these are all festivals from different colleges which takes place annually and really gives children a platform to showcase their talents. And at the end, this is not about a particular community. These festivals are not about a particular section of people, but this is where we all feel one as Mumbaikars. So, and we are really, really proud of these festivals because this is where you get to see the whole of Mumbai. So, yes, this was about our festivals, but like you saw that how our festivals offer variety, even our food has to offer a lot of variety. So on this note, I would like to ask you, Parvesh, please enable the chat, that which is the most exciting street food in Malaysia? What do you call it? Can you try to answer in the chat box? What is your favorite street food called in Malaysia? Which is the most famous one that suits every palate, that is loved by every palate?
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak. Okay. Roti canai, satay. Okay.
Yes, we would like to eat.
I would love to eat. I would love to, seriously. Okay.
Nasi lemak is more, I think.
It's really.
What is it?
Yeah.
Somebody can
What
tell?
is it made of? Is it noodles? What is nasi lemak? Yes.
It's coconut rice with like some kind of spicy sauce.
Coconut, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Some anchovies.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I think.
Boiled it.
We must try it. We must try it. Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. So you guys look quite like foodies like us. But now we are going to test you. We are not going to tell you about our street food, but we are going to ask you questions. Fine. And Parvesh, I would love if you just continue to keep the chat open, because now with every slide there'll be a question and our participants will have to look at the options. There are 3 options in every slide, A, B and C, and then they will have to type their answers into the chat box, either if it is A, B or C, whatever is correct according to them. So now let us go to the quiz for these lovely foodies from Malaysia.
Okay.
Okay. So the name of this game is Tasty Tickles. Let us see how many answers do you get right. Oh, here we go. Fine. Which of these Mumbai street food items, according to you, uses potato as the main ingredient? Your options are A, B, C. Which one do you think? Just giving you a hint, it can also be all of the above. Okay, since it is the first question, I'm making it very simple for you. It can be all of the above. C, okay. I see people writing C in the chat box. Let us see. Okay. Okay, so the answer is all of the above. The first one that you see, A is toast sandwich, B is samosas, and C is aloo bhajia. The main base of all these dishes is aloo, as we call it, potato. Then moving on to the next question. I hope you are ready. You've warmed up with this question, and here we go. According to you, which one of these must be called Faluda by the Mumbaikars? Which one is called the Faluda by the Mumbaikars? Look at the pictures. Okay, I'm getting a lot many answers saying C. Okay. I would like my friends from Malaysia to try first. I know Mumbaikars, you are very eager to answer, but let us hold on to our answers. Let our friends from Malaysia give it a try first. Okay, C. So many of our friends from Malaysia are writing C. Let us see how far are they correct. Yes, the answer is C. The picture that you see, the amazing drink with so many colors, is called Faluda. A is chai and B is lassi, which are again other two beverages that are loved by Mumbaikars, and it is very easily available in the streets of Mumbai. Then we go on to the next one. One of these beverages, easily available on the streets of Mumbai, is made by crushing and squeezing of sugarcane. Can you guess which is the one? See, okay, lovely.
This was easy. This was easy.
So yes, and sugarcane juice is called ganne ka ras ya phir ganne ka juice. We call it either ganne ka ras or ganne ka juice. And A is chaat, that is buttermilk, and B is nimbu pani. Now these are again two refreshing drinks that we love to have after a heavy meal. So yes, moving on to the next question. Well, let me see how many of you get this right. What goes best with this bhaji? There is an arrow. This bhaji is a mixture of mashed potatoes and vegetables. And the question is, what goes best with this mashed vegetables in Mumbai? Is it A,
Wow.
B? Okay, many of you have written A. Let us see how far are you correct. Wow, yes, the answer is pav, and the dish is called pav bhaji. While B is roti, that is chapati, and C is chawal, which people prefer preparing at home rather, going out and eating. So yes, the answer is A, pav bhaji. Okay, this is sev puri. We have drawn an arrow. This dish is called sev puri. Which one of the given options is used as a base for this topping? You see 3 toppings next to it. Which one of it is used as a base for this topping? Is it A, B, or C? C. Wow. Okay, let us see. Yes, you are right. That is puris, which is crispy to eat and offer a crunchy base for the toppings of mashed potatoes and spicy chutneys and some sev. And while A is nachos and B is a pizza base. Let us see what is the next question. Now you can see an arrow. This is dry garlic powder chutney. This is a garlic powder that is dried. Which famous Mumbai snack is it consumed with? I would like my people from Malaysia to try first, please. Yes, many are writing A. I request all of you to kindly put yourself in mute. A, yes, many are writing A. Okay, let us see. Yes, so it is the dry garlic powder chutney is consumed with the very famous street food vada pav. B is dahi batata puri, which has curd in it, while C is yet another loved dish that is bhel. So these are all amazing street foods of India, but this dry garlic powder chutney is loved by all. It adds that flavor and taste to vada pav. And then we have which of these much loved Mumbai snack items is prepared using an iron cast tawa, that is a pan? Which of these items do you think is prepared using a pan? I request my friends from Malaysia to answer first. People from Mumbai, you can hold on to your answers. Okay, so many are writing B. Very good. Thank you, Noor, Zara, Joshua. Well done. Okay. Yes, the answer is B, and the name of this dish is dosa. So this is yet another fast food street of Mumbai, and it is made using a huge iron cast pan. The first one, A, is idli, which is steamed, while C is medu vada, which is deep fried. But yes, dosa is the longest running item on the streets of Mumbai. And let us see, what is this? This is called pani puri. You see the arrow here. How many of these can an average Mumbaiker, especially women, consume at a time? Just take a guess. Just give me a number in the chat box. How many of these do you think that an average Indian woman can consume at a time? 20. Okay, you're very close. But yes, the appetite differs. Okay, let us see. If eating at a stall, at least 18, that is 3 plates. And if at home, it can easily go to 30 to 45. So this is how much we love Pani Puri. And this was the end of the questions. But now, since you have proved to be foodies like us, you deserve a live demonstration of how to prepare Pani Puri. So Seema ma'am, over to you and enjoy the live demonstration.
Thank you. Thank you, Anjum. I think we all
thank you.
Saw the slides of the food and have felt hungry and would really love to have the Pani Puris. And I'm sure even our Malaysian friends are eager to have that. So let us see that if we can give you the experience of having a Pani Puri online on screen. Sarika, could you please share the screen? So Lydia and there will be 2 people, Lydia and Tejaswini, who will be giving you the demo. But before the demo, I would like you to take you to the stall of Mumbai Pani Puri Walas. So when you go to a Mumbai Pani Puri Wala, how would you see a person? Sarika, please share the screen.
Parvez sir, can you give me permission? It's Sarika Lad.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Just give me a moment.
Thank you, sir.
Search Sarika. Sure. It's done, ma'am. You can try.
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're most welcome.
So let us take you through the Mumbai Pani Puri stall. So if ever you have to come to Mumbai and have Pani Puri,
please give.
You will go to.
Seema ma'am, can you please request all the students to please keep themselves on mute, because I'm muting them and again and again, and they are again unmuting themselves on their own.
Shall we start?
Children, please mute yourselves. I don't know anyone, otherwise you will be blocked.
Yes, ma'am, you can start now.
So welcome to the Mumbai Pani Puri stalls here. This is how the Pani Puri Wala is going to fill the Pani Puri. They are nothing else but they are spicy water balls that you will eat. And yes, looking at it, you will feel tempted to have it. So the stall would consist of a huge packets of these balls, and the yellow colored ragda, that is the chickpeas, mashed chickpeas, and the water in this steel container, which we call it as a matka. Next one, Sarika keep moving. So this is how people line down in queue. When there is crowd, you have to wait for your number to come to have the taste of pani puri. So this person fills in the ragda, fills in the water, and then serves pani puri to a person who is standing with the bowl, paper bowl, as you can see in the picture. So the pani puri consists of all these ingredients: the spicy water, the sweet chutney, the fillings, and the balls, the puris. Next. So with the boiled potatoes, the lentils, the puris, and these are the things that you're going to experience when you have pani puri here. But before we take you down to show you how it is, I want you to see the expressions that the people have on their face and how they need to eat one puri at one go into their mouth. They just enjoy, and every expression of every person is very different. You cannot have half of it at a time. You need to have one full puri at just one go. Yes, you can make it spicy and sweet. And people are really, really very happy when they have to have this pani puri. They just enjoy it. It's something that during this COVID-19, we are not able to do it. But we are going to show you, we can make it at home, and we are going to show you how you can have these water balls at home. So over to Lydia, spotlight Parvez, if you can give to Lydia and Tejaswini. Tejaswini.
Hi, I'm Leah. Hello everyone, I'm Tejaswini here, and we are here to show you the process of making and eating Mumbai's favorite street food, pani puris, golgappe, puchkas, and yes, it is also known as water balls in English.
Normally, as Seema ma'am said, we would love to go to the pani puri stall and have it over there, but because of this pandemic, we are restricted at our home. But who can stop us by eating this pani puri?
So, are you all ready to eat pani puri with us? Do let us know by putting your comments in the chat box, and do let us know whether you like it or not. So, Lydia, let us introduce them with the ingredients of pani puri.
Yes, come on. Let's start with it.
Yes, these are balls. The main ingredients of pani puri. This is puri made up of gram flour.
Next we have this soaked, boiled, smashed chickpeas, which is known as ragda.
Green grams, boiled green grams, moong.
The third one, I'm not going to say it now.
It's a surprise.
Yes, it's a secret. We will let you know in the end what are we going to do with this.
Mashed boiled potatoes, uble hue aloo. We call it as uble hue aloo.
Let's proceed towards our liquid fillings. Friends, can you see this color? It is a mixture of tamarind, jaggery, dates, and it is known as sweet meetha chutney.
And then we have the spicy ingredient of pani puri, the tikha pani. It is made up of coriander leaves, mint leaves, lots of green chilies, and other spices. So,
what are we waiting for?
Yes, Lydia, I just can't resist. You need to take the ball first. You need to make it.
Be careful.
Lydia, let's add fillings in it. I would like to go first with the moong dal. I would like to first have the green grams.
Okay. I'll start with this ragda. Oops. Then
I would like to even add potatoes in it.
Me too.
I just can't resist having it here.
Same here.
Having it after a very long time.
Thanks to the Malaysian friends.
Let's fill now the liquid fillings.
I love this beet chutney.
Already started watering.
Oh.
Now,
let's prepare it.
wait.
Oh, you want to add? Let's dip it first. Here you go.
Hold on.
Yeah, come on, have it.
So you just can't speak when the water ball is in your mouth. So do you want to have this puris? Please come to Mumbai. Mumbai, Meri Jaan.
Done business. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Tejaswini. Over to you, Anjum.
Thank you so much, Lydia and Tejaswini. I was almost drooling. My mouth was watering. And seriously, Seema ma'am is right when we say that during this lockdown, we are missing the thrill of, standing near a Pani Puri stall and with already one in mouth, we keep on telling the person, Bhaiya aur aane do, aur do. So yes, we are really missing that thrill. So now, guys, you know about our festivals, you know about food, you know about Bollywood, but a very integral part of any place is language. Of course, whenever we go to any place, we try to learn some of the few words of their national language. Like when you come to Mumbai, you might learn a few of Hindi words, but only learning Hindi is not going to help. We want to train you into knowing some Mumbai slang, so that when you are on the streets of Mumbai by yourself, you can just fit in seamlessly with the crowd. So we are going to train you in some of the Mumbai slangs. Let us see. So Mumbai people, we have our own dictionary, and you use these words while you are on the streets of Mumbai, and you will blend with all of us in an instant. So let us watch this. So when you wish to say, what a great job, friend, how do you say that in Malaysia? Can any one of you mute yourself and say that? How do you say, how do you tell it to someone when you want to say, what a great job, friend?
क्या बात है?
क्या बात? Oh, lovely. So how do we say that in Mumbai? You just have to say Jhakkas Bidu. So that is what you can learn. If you want to blend with us in an instant, just say Jhakkas Bidu. Then we have, so when you wish to say 1/2 tea with more milk, because of course when you are in Mumbai, of course I'm sure that you will try our chai. So when you want to say 1/2 tea with more milk, you know what to ask for. You just tell the person, ek cutting malai maar ke. How will you say this? Who wants to repeat it after me? Ek cutting malai maar ke. Who wants to say that? Come on, give it a try.
Ek cutting malai maar ke, ye aap keh rahi ho.
Oh, ek cutting malai maar ke. Yes, that's right. Then we have, when you wish to say, give your best, dear friend. When you want to encourage someone before a performance and you have to say, give your best to your friend. What do we say? How do we say it in Mumbai? Far de bidu. So this is a very common term. So when someone comes to you, when someone comes to you and says that far diya, and then you're wondering, actually the literal meaning of far diya is tearing. But we don't mean to tear. We mean to say is, wow, you've done an amazing job. So far de bidu, do an excellent job. Okay. Yes, that's right. Then we have well done, friend. You surprised us all. You know, when you come here with a co-partner, your Malaysian friend, and when he has done some amazing job, and you wish to tell, oh wow, you surprised us all. Then all you have to say is, "Ek number dos hila dala." Actually, hila dala, that means you moved me. So, ek number dos hila dala. So that is yet another colloquial term that you need to know if you are coming to Mumbai. And then we have, okay, now this is something that will really help you not to get fooled by any person, because every city, every place has some people who try to, you know, get out from the foreigners. Whenever they see a foreigner, they want to get more money, and every city have these kind of people. So if you want to tell him that, do you think that you can fool me like this? You just have to use one phrase. Alibag se samjhaye kya? Actually, Alibag is a place in Maharashtra, but you know, I don't know where has this phrase come from. Every time you want to tell someone that, do you think I'm a fool? All you say is Alibag se samjhaye kya? So next time, like when you come to Mumbai and you feel that, you know, you have been duped, then all that you have to say is, Bhaiya, Alibag se samjhaye kya? Then they will know that, you know, that you have been trained by people from Mumbai. So yes, don't let that happen to you. Okay, then we have, sir, I didn't know the law, please excuse. So yes, you might get fined if you are not parking in the correct place. But how do you say it when you are in Mumbai? Zau dena dada. So in a very mellow tone, just say, you know, just have that catch eyes and smile and say Zau dena dada. And I'm sure that our traffic police will let you go. Just say Zau dena dada. Can anybody try this? It's a very short phrase. I'm sure that some of my friends from Malaysia can try this. Zau dena dada. Yes, yes.
Zau dena dada.
Well done.
Wow, that was so cute.
Well done.
Well done, well done. Then, when you wish to say, oh, this product is not up to the mark, I'm sure you have a better quality. You know, sometimes when you go for shopping on the street, they might just show you some outdated products. But if they know that you have been in Mumbai for a very long time, and if you want to prove that, you better say, "Kya nalla mal chipka rahe ho bhaiya?" So, you know, you have to say Nalla mal means not a good quality. Now, this is not a word. This is not a word that you will find in the dictionary. But if you want to just fit in with we Mumbaikars on the street, then make sure that when someone offers you a product which is not up to the mark, just tell ye Nalla mal hai. So you'll say, oh my God, this person knows Mumbai. I cannot dupe him. So yes, then you will end up with the best product on the street. And when you wish to say, let's strike a good bargain. Now, this is very important, especially for my lady friends in Malaysia. So when you come to Mumbai, firstly, you can bargain a lot, and you would love to bargain here on the street. But there is a key phrase to get a good bargain. And how do you do that? Chalo, tumhara bhi nahi, mera bhi nahi. Not yours, not mine. Let us strike an equal bargain. So this is one phrase that you really need to learn before you come to Mumbai, so that you get a good deal when you shop on the streets of Mumbai. But when you visit us and we wish to say that you are one of us, you know how will we do that? We'll just say, apna hi aadmi hai. So, you know, you are just one of us. We will just say apna hi aadmi hai, and we really want you to feel like one of us when you visit us. And do not worry, even if you do not get some of the phrases right, some of the words right, you know, because we are always going to get you. And these are some of the 70 words, Indian words, that were recently included in the Oxford Dictionary. So, you know, words like bhel puri, chutney, curry, dal, shampoo, dangris, these are all words, Indian words that are being included in the Oxford Dictionary, and we are really proud of it. But as I said earlier, do not worry, even if you don't get a few words right, you do not get you do not get a language right, but I'm sure that we'll always have that connection through hand gestures, through non-verbal communication. We are always going to feel close, and we will always understand you. So yes, this was about the language of Mumbai, and we are waiting for you to come here so that we can host you and we can show you around and show you the beauty of languages in Mumbai. Well, with this we come to the end of this segment of languages, but as I said that we have got more for you. I think one of the mediums through which we consume a lot of information in Mumbai and in Malaysia is radio. From the little that I've read, I think Radio Raga is very famous there. Radio Raga with Ahila and Suresh, that is a very famous radio show over there, if I'm not wrong. How many of you listen to radio over there? Can you type your answers in the chat box? How many of you are fond of radio? Okay, so are Ahila and Suresh very famous over there on Radio Raga?
My grandmother.
Ah, that's cute. Yeah. Okay, so it is. Lovely, lovely. So, you know what we have done? We tried to get in touch with a few radio jockeys in Mumbai, and they have recorded a message especially for you. So when we told that we'll be having an exchange program with our friends from Malaysia, they actually took out the time and recorded a message special for you. So let us listen to them. So here we go. This is our first RJ. She does the afternoon show. Her name itself is Mumbai Chimulgi. That means the girl of Mumbai, Mumbai Chimulgi Urmin. And she took out the time and recorded a message especially for you. Let us hear her message.
Gentlemen, put your hands together for the crazy, bubbly, absolutely lovable girl next door, RJ Urban!
Guys, my name is Urban. I am a radio jockey with a radio station in Mumbai called Fever 104 FM. I'm basically born and brought up in this city, and which is why it's extremely close to my heart. But a lot of people, call themselves as Mumbaikars, people who are born here or who have lived their life here. And I think it's kind of a pride for us because there's a certain vibe that this city gives you. It's as if it's so welcoming. It makes you feel that you belong here, and I really love the fact that you can be yourself. Nobody judges you for who you are or what education background you've had. Well, of course it is important, but your talent plays a very important role. And I personally feel that it's very hard for you to not find your job or a passion in the city, because in every nook or corner there's something or the other that's happening that inspires you to become someone. Today you're someone, tomorrow you're someone else. Basically the city is almost like my radio show, because that's what it allows me to do, to go live today, to make mistakes but yet to improve them the next day, and to stay positive. Well, if I have to, give you an example of a really nice caller that wasn't from the city, who'd called me up at a time where, I used to do the late night show, was this guy, I think his name was Sudhir, and who just moved in 2 months in the city, trying to figure out life. And I thought that it was so nice of him that, to say that in this city, even a stranger is a friend. I think that's again something called as the Mumbai spirit, where we don't leave you alone. We won't leave you alone. We'll always keep you close to us. We'll always be that friend, that guide, or somebody you can rest your shoulder on and feel relaxed. So yeah, I love the city. I love the fact that I am a true Mumbaikar.
So yes, this was RJ Urmin, and she had this lovely message for all of you. But now the next RJ that we are going to listen to, he does the prime time show. So that's the peak hour show. He does the evening show, and he plays a lot of games on his show, because this is the peak time is when the people are traveling from their offices to their homes, and they really want to feel entertained. And it was so sweet of him that he said that no, I'll be playing a game with the Malaysians as well. So of course it's a video, but in between he'll be asking you questions, and I expect you to answer in the chat box. All right. So first he has a message, and then he'll be playing a game with all of you. So I request to have your fingers on the keyboard, so that the moment you see the question, you can start typing your answers. All right. So here we go. Okay, so first let us listen to his message, and let us see if we can participate in the amazing game that he's going to play with us.
Hi guys, this is RJ Sidhu from the city of dreams, Mumbai, and I came to fulfill my dreams in this city in year 2009. Since that date till date, I am entertaining millions of people every day through my radio show. By the way, I am working as a radio jockey here in Mumbai with a private FM radio station, and I host an evening drive show every day for 4 hours. And the best part is this, I get to talk to so many people from so many different parts of the country staying here in Mumbai. They share their own experiences, they share how they work here in this city. And the best part is this, you can talk to anybody of them, all of them will just give you love. It's just an amazing. Well, I get to know more people because of my radio show. Every day I talk to them, and I play a game with them, which is basically Sidhu Chala Shopping, wherein I give 3 clues to people and they have to guess what I'm buying today. Right? For example, I'll give you 3 clues and you have to just guess what I'm buying today, okay? Clue number 1. The absence of it can cost you money.
Okay, so his first question was, the absence of it can cost you money. Yes, so the very well, someone has been to do Chala Shopping. Yes, the absence of it can cost you money. What is it? Okay, remember that he is going shopping and he's going to buy that thing. So it cannot be something abstract. Well done, Joshua. You are making nice guesses, but yes, it has to be a thing because you have to buy that thing. Okay, so let us go to clue number 2. What he has to say. Okay, many of you are writing health, but you can think about the thing. Okay. Gym. Oh, okay. Someone says gym. Fine. Let us listen to the next clue.
Okay, here's clue number 2. It cover your holes.
Okay, so the first clue was the absence of it can cost you money. The second clue that Sidhu gave was it covers your holes. All right, so on his radio show, sometimes he can really become very nasty. But yes, people love this game segment of his. So what can it be? What could it be? The absence of it costs you money. Someone says headphones. Okay, good try. Good try, Joshua. Okay, let us see what is the third clue.
All right, clue number 3. You can see everyone in the world right now wearing it.
So yes, I've started to get many answers now, different answers. Most of you have written mask. Let us see if that is correct. So the 3 clues once again. The absence of it will cost you money. The second was it covers your holes. And the third is you see the world wearing it right now.
Absolutely, that's mask.
Well done.
Well, I hope you had a great time. So please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay la Ladakh. Bye-bye.
So yes, that was our RJ who does the primetime show in Mumbai, and he played a game especially for you all. I hope that you enjoyed it. But here, let me throw one more question at you. Do you guys think that the pandemic has got us closer as human beings? If you think that yes, it has, then just share a thumbs up in the chat. You really think that this pandemic has got us closer as humans, as fellow humans? The reason is going to be very difficult. Okay, some says yes, some say no. We believe that yes, we have, but even when someone asks us a reason, it is very abstract to narrate that why do we think that it has got us closer. To explain that, we have made a small clipping to show that why, in a way, this pandemic was required, because we probably ended up understanding each other better. So let us see this small clip. Okay, so here we go.
Usually, people who undergo the same experiences come closer because they understand each other's hardships and feel each other's loss. COVID-19 made us face similar challenges. We learned to value local products, treated ourselves to homemade food, imbibed the virtue of minimalism in our lives, found happiness in the little moments with our closed ones. Our streets, which once saw the hustle and bustle of cars and people, went silent. The shopping marts with 1,000 footfalls daily went empty. We craved to see our towns come back to life, spreading its vibrance across, on its feet, alive again. We both, in spite of being miles apart, came closer because we experienced the same ache in the heart. And now we are sure we understand each other better than ever before. What else does it need to make this world a better place?
So yes, during this time, I think that we came to understand each other's challenges better because we underwent the same hardships. So with this, we have come to an end with the day 2, and we began with the song of My City, but towards the end, let us end with the song of our countries, because I think that's what exchange programs do, right? They just blur the lines between yours and mine, and then it brings the spirit of ours. It breaks, the boundaries of you and mine and makes us us. So with this, I'm going to play a song for you, and I request all of you to try and learn the tune. It's a very short song, because after it is played, we are all going to try and sing it together, at least a line or two of it. All right. So this song highlights the similarities that we have as nations. So this song we have made especially for you all, so that we cherish this bond for a long, long time to come. So here it is. Listen it carefully, so that we can hum it and sing it together towards the end.
Yes, we are different as a nations, sharing a continent that's Asia. We have a variety of people, multicultural as societies. Yeah, we are different. Yet similar. So many things. Brings us closer. Malaysia, India. Family for us is an institution. The bond for us is sacred and dear. We believe in doing things together, no matter how we are far on the air. We are different, yet similar. So many things. Brings us closer. Malaysia, India. We have such versatile palates, riches of cuisine and spices here. We can get really experimental. Our street food can tempt and allure. We are different, yet similar. So many things. Brings us closer. Malaysia, India. Flamboyant are our streets with fashion. Shopping from the streets is the culture we share. Tourists to blend along like none other. We welcome them like they belong. Yeah, we are different. Yet similar. So many things. Brings us closer. Malaysia, India, we are different. Yet similar. So many things. Brings us closer. Malaysia, India, so similar. Malaysia, India, so similar. Malaysia, India.
I need to say here something to everybody. The wonderful sound that you just heard in that song was none other than Anjum. So she herself has sung this song and she has prepared this song specially for our friends in Malaysia. So thank you, Anjum. And I listened to it earlier also. And I listened to this. I want the clipping so that I can listen to it more and more. Thank you so much, Anjum, for this.
Oh, yes. Because I think that this is what, the world tells us so many ways in which we are different, but it is through these kind of exchange programs that we realize that we are not so different. We are actually so similar as human beings and as countries. There are so many common grounds that we share. So here on this note, just one line, if we can sing it together, I can lead you and you all can just unmute yourself for a few seconds and then we can hum it together. Pramesh, can you please unmute all of them? Let us see if we can do it.
All are unmuted.
Okay, so here we go. We are different. Malaysia, India. Lovely. Thank you so much for humming it along with me. And I think towards the end, yes, now you can mute yourself. Thank you so much for being with me. And I think that towards the end, I will only.
Anjum, you have also muted yourself, please.
So yes, towards the end, I would just like to conclude by saying that we don't know how much of information details will you remember about these 2 days, but we are very hopeful that you will always remember that how did these 3 hours make you feel. I hope that you are not only walking out of this exchange program with just information, but we really hope that you are walking out of these 2 days with a lot of experiences and memories to cherish. Thank you so much for being such a lovely audience and participating wholeheartedly. And thank you so much, AFS, for giving us this opportunity to, strike the commonalities between us as we share as nations. So thank you so much once again.
That was amazing, and thank you so much. I really do want to thank, on behalf of AFS India, the wonderful work that has been done by Bombay volunteers. Thank you so much. We could have not asked for a better representation, but to showcase India. And I hope my Malaysian friends, my Malaysian volunteers enjoyed it, a part of the presentation that we presented. And I really hope that once things are normal, we can actually start the physical exchanges of Malaysia and India, and we can have more and more participants from Malaysia and also from India going to Malaysia. So thank you so much. Annie, thank you so much for promoting the program among your volunteers. And today we almost touched 200 volunteers at one point of time. So that shows how interesting it was. And I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for doing this, Anjum. Seriously, thank you so much, Veta.
Yes, great job, Anjum. I think we all enjoyed it very much. Thanks, Parvez. Thanks, Divya. Yeah, I think it was great. We're all looking forward to this part 2, and then of course we were not let down at all. Fantastic job, and I do believe that a lot of work has been put in, and we enjoyed the recipe of that. Again, what Pani Puri? Yeah, that was amazing. I wanted to ask: is that only found specifically in Mumbai, or
it's all India? It's all India.
Okay.
It's all India. Yes, it is called by different names.
Yeah, Pani Puri is called in maybe Bombay. In Delhi, it's called Golgappe. In some parts, it's called Puchki. But it is one thing that unites all of us. So yeah, food is something that unites all of us, and Golgappa is favorite for everybody.
All right. I think all these have really made us even more excited to make a trip to India and more so to Mumbai, and of course to actually meet in person with you all amazing volunteers and people. Until it's safe to travel again.
Yes.
Yeah. So keep safe, everybody. I think it's not going to be anytime soon. Cases are still surging, and even in Malaysia, cases have also increased. I don't know if it's a second wave, but do take care, keep healthy, keep safe. And again, thank you so much for these 2 wonderful Saturdays. Great job, Anjum. Amazing. You're on your way to Bollywood.
Thank you so much, Annie.
Yeah, but I think, yes, I think we all must keep up the spirit that yes, good times are going to come. And I don't know whether I should share with you all or not, but yeah, still I would like to say, yeah, Anjum is also undergoing this pandemic crisis, and she is right now performing this in her quarantine position.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, take care. Take care so much.
Is in a peak
yes.
period.
Yes. All right.
That's okay. We all will sail through, right? We all will sail through.
Yep, you
Right.
have
We
all
need
the
to, we
best.
need to
You
keep
have
this.
all
We
the
need
best.
to
We have
wear
to
these
keep
smiles on.
positive, right? Yes.
Anjum,
Yes,
you have
yes.
best wishes from everybody of us. You know, the way you have handled the amazing presentations. I think you are getting too
Thank you,
many
ma'am.
positive energies from everybody. So, see you out of the house very soon, okay? You better take care now.
Yes, yes,
Take care.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you look so high spirited. I mean, there was really no telling of any quarantine going on. Yeah, you take care, Anju.
Right.
All right. Take care, everybody. So that was
Also,
great.
take care and have a lovely
One thing I also would like to suggest, I would like to request everyone to please turn their cameras on. For the last moment, we have a group picture.
Okay, sure. Everybody, cameras on.
Okay, so everyone smile. I have 2, 3 more slides to go. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a nice
Thank you
rest of the
so much.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
See you.